All right. Whenever you're ready, Katie, you
Yes.
can take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Sydney. Hi, everybody. My name is Katie Corbett. I work for Promote Local, which is the marketing agency that helps people first with their marketing and content creation and managing their diff grant. And I apologize. I'm getting over a cold, so I have a little bit of a stuffy nose and cough. So occasionally I might cough, but I'll try to keep that to a minimum if I can. Anyway, it is January, and something that I think about a lot in January is New Year's resolutions. So I wanted to talk to you today about some ways that I have found going about setting a New Year's resolution and sticking with it throughout the year. Well, when I was in high school, I was between my junior and senior years of high school, I was 17, I think. I decided that I wanted a summer job. That was my New Year's resolution, was to get a summer job. And I picked that resolution because a lot of my friends had jobs, and it was just, I think the previous summer I had been kind of bored and I wanted some money, for college and for other things that I wanted to buy. And so I I picked that resolution because it seemed timely. It seemed like something I was interested in. And it also was rewarding enough that it would keep me moving towards it, each day. So those are some important criteria you can use when you are thinking about your New Year's resolutions. Is this something I really want to do? Is it going to be rewarding? And even what will the rewards be? I mean, for me, the most tangible reward was money, right? As you work your summer job, you get paid. But there were a lot of other interpersonal rewards that I got through my summer job. And I'll talk a little more about those later, that I didn't even anticipate when I thought, oh yeah, cool, I want a job. I want to be like my other friends who have jobs. And also, full disclosure, I'm totally blind. So I also have a disability. So I was aware that getting a summer job might take some time, because some people don't understand what the capabilities of people with disabilities, and they, I might need to have some extra time to really look for people who would give me the opportunity that I wanted, and who would really, see me as an equal and see me as a capable employee. So that was how I picked my New Year's resolution. And then in terms of sticking with it, I found it helpful to think about little steps that I could take each week that would get me closer to my goal. And for a while it was each month, because, summer is far away from January. So I knew I didn't have to get started applying right away, because a lot of places wouldn't even start looking for people to hire. But one thing I did do is I took some time to think about, what kind of job would I want to do? And what are some accommodations questions I could answer in the interview, just to bring the conversation up right away. Hey, you probably noticed, I walk in with a white cane. It's pretty obvious that I have a disability. Here are some ways that I would handle XYZ. And if I didn't know, here are some places I'll check to get answers to my questions. So I kind of talked to some people, some other blind people who had summer jobs, and asked them kind of what they did, where they worked, that type of thing, and kind of got some ideas. And then around May, I decided it was time to start applying. So I enlisted a good friend of mine. And at that time, applications weren't really online. And even then, this was 2007, we had dial-up internet. It was horrible. So I decided I would apply in person. So I said, hey, good friend Sarah, I will buy you breakfast if you're willing to come with me to like 3 different places and help me fill out some applications. And at that point, I had some ideas of a couple of different restaurants in my community that I liked and I thought would be cool to work for. I also wanted to work for the movie theater for some reason. I had like this strong desire to like work a concession stand and give people snacks. I don't know what that was all about, but so yeah, we like went around town and filled out some applications and I dictated my answers to her and she told me, here's what it says, you know. So I filled those out and I think, I'm not sure if I had a resume. No, I didn't have a resume yet, but you know, I was in high school, so that was a little different. And in the meantime, you know, if your resolution is to get a job, you could work on your resume and your cover letter and things like that. Things that I just didn't do because I was in high school and didn't have them yet. So we filled out a few applications and then I waited and then I got an interview and I was very surprised to learn that getting an interview was very rewarding. You know, even I didn't have a job offer yet. I just had an interview. And so keeping track of those little rewards along the way helped me stay motivated and stick with my goal. And I would also add too that hanging out with my friend Sarah and taking her to breakfast and like working with her to fill out those applications and being able to do that without my mom helping me was a reward too. It was, you know, a chance for me to be independent, a chance for me to get things done that I wanted to do and accomplish a dream that I had. In fact, I think my mom didn't even know that I was like going to do this. And I was like, oh, bye mom, me and Sarah are just gonna go hang out. And then I got back and I was like, yeah, I applied for like 3 jobs. So that was pretty funny. She was floored. So yeah, so keeping track of those little rewards along the way helped me stick with it. And I got the interview and I interviewed and it went pretty well. They ended up, that specific company ended up not picking me for the job. But I also, in the meantime, followed up with the other 2 or 3 companies that I had applied with to ask them what was up, you know, if they'd made any decisions or if they'd gotten my application. I did that by phone because again, I didn't really have an internet presence at the time. This was like 2007. So, but it can be a lot more easily done by email these days. I didn't realize there would be job tips in my presentation about New Year's resolutions, but you know, freebies, I guess, for you guys. So then another thing that you can do that's really important for your New Year's resolutions is telling other people about your New Year's resolutions. I had sort of started telling friends and family, like, hey, I have this New Year's resolution to get a summer job. And one of the people I told was the secretary at the church that I work for. And, you know, I said, hey, like, I have this resolution to get a summer job and like, you've got a couple kids, you know, would you think maybe you could, you'd want some less hours in the summer and, you know, you could like go home and hang out with your kids. And she mentioned it to the priest who was there and he and I would meet sometimes. And he said to me like, hey, you know, the secretary told me you're looking for a job. How would you like to work for us in the church? And I said, yeah. So I ended up getting a summer job at my church. And I had fulfilled my New Year's resolution before, you know, like, I think my first day was like sometime in June and my last day was like sometime in August. And then I had the rest of the year to kind of think about the rest of my future and think about that experience and celebrate the successes that I got from that opportunity and about those tangible rewards. So yes, I did get paid. That was pretty cool. Also, made a lot of friends I worked on, professional like phone call skills, and I stuffed a lot of envelopes and realized that I actually really like doing that. It was like at churches, funerals are a thing. They happen. It was a chance for me to kind of think about like, you know, I'm not going to be around here forever. What are some other things I'd like to do with my life? And it gave people in the community a chance to see me working and to kind of get to know me as not just Katie, the person with a disability, but Katie who can work and have a job. So those were some tangible results I got from that. And I definitely like celebrated that success a lot throughout the rest of the year. And I've taken a lot of those lessons, like doing things with friends and like talking to people about what my goals are. I took that into the future with me. And that very first like New Year's resolution that I did, that I kind of remember doing, it paid off in so many other ways in terms of goal setting and accomplishing my dreams. So, so think about your life, think about things that you might want in your life, whether it's to work out more, maybe you want to make some new friends, maybe you are interested in, entering the dating scene, maybe you're interested in getting a job like I was. And think about what makes sense for me right now, and tell people about it, and think about the steps that you can take to get yourself there. The other thing is, I know that today is not January 1st. Today is January 17th. So you might be thinking, well, shoot, I missed it. Am I too late? The answer is no. You can start a resolution at any time of the year. It doesn't have to be January 1st. It doesn't have to be a Monday. You can start today if you want. You can start tomorrow if you feel like you need some time to think today. You could even start next month or next week. It doesn't matter. That just keep thinking about the goals and the dreams that you have, and think about what you could do and how others might help you and work with you to achieve your goals and your dreams. Any questions?
I'll give others a chance to go first, and then I'll ask some questions.
Well, I liked your presentation, Katie. I think we have to keep in mind that sometimes it doesn't happen. Your resolution doesn't start off. It starts off right away because you do it right, but the goals that you set, it might take 3 or 4 months. It doesn't happen right away.
Absolutely.
So volunteer. Like if we do the employment thing, okay? Employment goals. Volunteer, because you meet people, and then through those connections, you'll be able to start an internship. Then if you do well with that internship, you'll be able to go to like a part-time job position or a full-time job position, depending on the company or nonprofit you work for. But it's so that's
a really great comment, and I thank you for reminding me of that too, Nathaniel, because I was volunteering a lot at church too before I got my job there, and I think that did help. It helped people know me and see me. But even if like, let's say your resolution is you want to work out more,
correct,
and you realize my shoes are not the best for working out, I might need some new shoes. Well, just going shopping for those new shoes, or looking for some new shoes, can be you working on your New Year's resolution. So every step will take you closer to your goal, even if it's just a baby step, one day at a time.
Correct.
That's a good tip. Yeah, I read something lately, that you shouldn't, have number goals. Like you shouldn't say, oh, I need to lose 5 pounds. You could say, I want to maintain a healthy weight because it's less pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, sometimes, sometimes your New Year's resolution, it isn't going to necessarily turn out the way you'd hoped, or maybe it'll take you in a different direction. I was convinced I wanted to work at a concession stand at a movie theater. I have no idea why. And I ended up working in a church. So if I had said to myself, I want to work at a movie theater this summer, like that's great. But if there's only one movie theater in town and they don't hire me, then I would have seen my New Year's resolution as a failure when it wasn't. It was just, I wanted a summer job. So yeah, keep it specific as you can, but also loose so that you can work within the perimeters of that goal of yours.
Like, I think what Katie's trying to say is take your goal and like make like what do I want to accomplish today? What do I want to accomplish tomorrow? What do I want to accomplish the next week? Meaning shorten up your goal, your ideas of what you want to do, but also make sure that you can like set a goal that you can accomplish maybe in 2 weeks instead of like it's a year-round goal or something like that. Just make sure that you can have that resolution be like a that you can get by like December. Like it takes it doesn't happen overnight. That's all I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
It does not happen overnight. So
Exactly.
and you're gonna go through frustrations because you're not gonna get to where you want to be. And that's okay. Just keep on striving for your goal. Keep on working on they want to say working on exercises to make sure you get to that goal, because it doesn't go ahead. I talk too much, so
Yeah, what are everyone's goals for the new year? If you don't mind sharing, maybe we can help you figure out a way to make them happen.
I have to say this real quick, and then I have to go off the mic. But I'm learning how to write grams. That's my goal for the year.
Cool.
And that's all I'll say.
Awesome.
But I've given myself the grace to learn all the little steps that go into it. And if I accomplish one thing where I can understand it really well, that's a goal. So
yeah, absolutely. One step at a time. That's all it takes.
Yep.
Awesome. Good luck. Thanks for sharing. I guess I would be remiss if I didn't share my goal
Yeah.
for this year. So I'm writing a novel, and my goal is to pitch it to some literary agents this year. So that is my goal. So we will see how it goes.
That's very cool.
Yeah, there's a ton of steps that go into it, so it'll keep me busy for the year.
oh wow, that's just like wow.
And notice that I said I'm planning to pitch it to some literary agents.
I know exactly.
I want to land a literary agent, because even if I don't get a literary agent, I will still have sent it out to all those people. Yeah, so that's my goal, is to pitch to some literary agents, and hopefully one of them will be interested. It only takes one.
Well, Katie, I'm working on a book through Maryland, University of Maryland.
Mm.
And it's going to be published. They already have the.
Congratulations.
So what I'm saying is that I don't have any from my side. It's like all that work is done with.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, all that, like I don't have, but for you to actually go through that, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I am just so thrilled to wow, that's a very, very impressive goal. Wow.
We will see. We will see how it goes.
Hey, it doesn't happen overnight, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for the encouragement. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. You're welcome.
Does anyone else want to share their goals if you have one yet, or and maybe if you don't yet, any ideas you have about a goal you might maybe do? No need to commit today.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to stay more organized in the new year. Kind of vague, but
Yeah.
sometimes with all of my jobs, I get kind of not organized as
Yeah.
much as I should be. And also I'm gonna try to get back to 5 million steps for the new year.
Woohoo.
Because last year I only did 4.8 million. So
All right.
That's
Nice.
impressive. That's impressive.
Yeah, that I was gonna say,
that's
like
impressive in itself.
4.8 million. That's a lot of steps. You know, definitely celebrate that success for sure. But it's definitely good to keep reaching and keep trying. So good for you.
thanks.
My goal is try to be cleaner and cleaner, just cleaner.
Nice.
I just, I want to set out workout goals, but until I figure out my own health, then that's when I'll like set up a workout plan, workout goals. Because if you're only going to do it like once a week, that's not really a workout. It's kind of like blah. So I also want to work out, but I want to work out 3 times a week, maybe 3 to 5 times a week. But if I'm not there healthy wise, I mean,
Yeah.
just make sure that you have goals that you can actually obtain. That's
a great point.
Yeah. Like actually can succeed at and finish and be proud of your goals. That's what I'm trying to say.
Love it. Anybody else?
Yeah, there's a lot of people on today.
Hi, this is Edward. One of my goals is in 2023 is to write a children's book in honor of my daughter. I thought it'd be nice to write, because I am a good writer. I just want to write a book and I want to frame it around people with disabilities. So I kind of want to have a book out there with.
Awesome.
And then my other long-term goal is I've always wanted to run for like a public office. So maybe like run for maybe I have nothing bad to say against Tammy Baldwin, but maybe like run against her in the independent and just so we can do more, because I have a powerful voice and I want to use it.
Awesome. Love it. Great goals. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, what about you, Mira or Ramsey or Denise or Mel?
If you don't want to share, that's okay too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, setting goals is pretty important. But also You don't always have to, I guess, in the new
Yeah.
year.
Exactly.
But I mean, midway through the year, if you decide you want to set a New Year's resolution, you can still do that. Like Gay said, doesn't have to happen this month.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Well, thank you everybody for taking the time to listen to me and to be here today. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Sydney, for having me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will hop off and let you guys get back to the rest of your conversation. But thanks for a great time. Good luck with all your goals.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. All right. What did you guys think of the presentation?
Hi, Sydney. This is Edward again. I just thought it was really good and really powerful. It just tells you if you have a disability, to make sure it still tells you can do anything you want to do. Pretty much, don't let nothing stop you. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important to talk about goals and resolutions at the start of the year.
This is Mel. I just want to say it was very good. I got some points out of it, some stuff that I thought I could start applying to my goals, which I don't have any at the moment. But yeah, so it was very good.
That's good to hear.
And I think having connections is very important. Not that those connections will always get you jobs, but those connections can perhaps persuade other people, that you can do the position perhaps if you can meet the essential functions of the job and all the other qualifications. Because can I share a story?
Sure.
Okay. There's a grocery store that is right by my house, and I wanted to be a greeter. Okay. And one of the things that it would mess up Badger Care, which is almost impossible because it's got Medicare tied into it, which is another fee. But they said that they had insurance if you work so many hours, a week or whatever, at a certain proportion of the insurance that I would pay. So I looked at it from that perspective, and I thought, well, I might as well go for it. I printed out the job description, and under the main function of the job description, being, where to be in a good, help people and all that kind of stuff, I could do most of that. But it said that you had to wipe the cards off. That was in the main function of the job description, right? Well, that'd be kind of hard for me to do. Plus, the secondary part of the job description said that you had to lift 50 pounds. And so I called, and the lady would never call me back that was in charge, okay, taking the things. So I called Hy-Vee, their main office in Iowa. And I said, can someone tell me how important those two factors are? Because I said, I would like to apply for the job, but here's the thing. If I go there and they're in an electric wheelchair, they're gonna see I can't wipe off the carts or lift 50 pounds. So she called another person in another store in Wisconsin and just asked, and I'm talking, this is customer service. It's not the person that does the interview. And she asked, the customer service person asked, whoever asked to speak to another HR person. And she said, that was part of the job description. So I knew not to apply. And I'm working on another disability case. And so I asked a lawyer who's familiar with the ADA. And I said, how practical and reasonable is that? And he, without going into a lot of detail, this is what he told me. He said, job descriptions are becoming more streamlined so that companies know that if they have it on paper, that's a good way to kind of, let people know what's required and that they can't really give it out to another person or whatever. So it was kind of a learning curve for me in the process because I've already worked 10 years and I'm drawing my own Social Security. But I wanted to do something that was kind of fun out in public and all that kind of thing. So there's give and takes, but everything that I'm learning through life is an example, and it's something that for me to learn from and to grow from. Are you okay, Sydney?
What?
I said, are you okay? You're
Yeah,
looking
it's
out
just,
your window.
yeah.
Okay.
My chickens were coming in the backyard. I didn't think they were in the backyard. But yeah, I'm okay. But that's a good story you had that relates to what Katie was talking about. Does anyone else have any stories like that? Yeah, it might be a short speaker series today. I'm not sure. I think next week is voting with Barbara Beckert.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So that should be an exciting one.
And I'll send out the MailChimp on Monday, so you guys can, so you don't, so the email be right there, right away in the morning. So that's what I try to do, is do it on Monday. I don't do it like on the weekend or Friday, because lots of people have, including me, have a lot of junk and spam mail. So that's why I do it the day before, so that it's upfront. So you can get it and see it right away.
Sounds
The
good.
link that was sent out yesterday for today, when I clicked on it, it took me to another page that I didn't know what it was, so I had to go in through the calendar. Go in through the
Same for me. Well, that's why I had asked you, Sydney.
Okay.
For the link that wasn't working.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, that's strange because what I do is I go to the MailChimp website, I log in, I type up the message and I sent it from there. And sometimes it will go into your junk mail and we don't have control over that. Okay. We've been trying to figure that out. And if it goes into like a spam file or another file in your Google Mail, Gmail, Yahoo, we don't have control over that. You have to like go into spam and say it's not spam. If it does go in there, I don't know, but we do
Yeah,
not have.
mine was in the regular inbox. But this link still didn't work. Yeah. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
links, the
that's
links
helpful.
on,
too.
yeah, the links on the website or
The email that you sent out yesterday, it went to my regular inbox. I don't usually your guys' emails don't go to my spam. But when I
okay.
clicked on the link, it said it was like an invalid link.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I'll check on that. Okay. Yeah, I'll check on that after this meeting then.
What about you, Ramsey? I saw you unmuted. Let's see. What do you guys think? That's fine if we want to wrap it up early.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming, everyone. And
Bye.
bye, Mail. Bye, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.